Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I am so glad that you joined us today. You could have been doing so many other things. And so I want to say thank you for being with us. And I'm excited to say Brianna is in the house. More about that a little bit later. But we are so excited that you're here. If this is the first time you are with us, we say welcome. We see you. We know whose you are. We thank God that you're here with us today. So I just want to remind you that as we come together in community, we are celebrating the divine today. We are celebrating this idea that today is a brand new day, and we're called to do it in a brand new way. I am Reverend Jack. I am so proud to be your spiritual leader of this community. I hope you want to know more about us. I hope you want to watch our YouTube channel. I hope you want to listen to our podcast. I hope you want to share the word that we are here. We are so blessed today that Brianna Englert is here with us as our guest speaker. We can't wait to hear what she has to say. But here's what I know. We have some stuff going on. So I'll be back with you in just a little bit. But for right now, here's some messages and some announcements. I'll see you soon.
Good morning again. Yes, we have Brianna, who was here in November, and she's such a wonderful speaker. But also, I found out, first of all, Rita has already birthed a baby this morning. And she has another one, probably right after church. We're going to have to run back to the hospital across the street and birth the next one. Oh, my gosh. And Miami had her 101st birthday at the roller rink yesterday. Yes, and after service, have Donna show you the pictures of Dave pushing her around the roller rink. What fun. So what a great group we have here today. So what I did yesterday was celebrate Chinese New Year. They celebrated it at the medicine place. Yeah. What is it? Integrated Medicine, Dr. Kwong's place. So I thought, we're really this week, we're finishing up Black History Week. Next month, we're going to celebrate Women's Month. And we're also going to do something wonderful last in March on a Muslim celebration. So here's Chinese. This says, and it goes left, down, and then right. Left, down, and then right. It says this: change your thinking, change your life. So they had a wonderful calligrapher there. She would write whatever you wanted, and so I asked her to write that. She had to think about it, and then she wanted these beautiful characters. So we have another version of it, and I also got this wonderful thing. And this is a peace knot that gives you good luck. Everything in Chinese New Year is about good luck, doing good luck and having good luck for the next year. So it was a wonderful celebration. So it's so much fun learning about all these different cultures and all these different celebrations. So let's go to the announcements. So remind you again, our Body, Mind, Spirit Expo is coming up, getting closer, March 15th, and we're going to need helpers. So we're going to have a meeting after the service today for the fundraising committee. So if you can help, if you want to be involved, just come for the first part and we'll talk about it. And then you can leave and you can volunteer because we're going to need people at the door. During the whole time, we're going to need people doing different things. So it's going to be a wonderful thing. Brianna is going to be one of our tables and workshops. Somatic healing, right? So we'll find out about that. Next week, we are finally going to finish up Mr. G. Mr. G is an interesting novel about the creation. And so here are some of the things we're going to talk about next week. Does there need to be evil in order to have good? That's my chapter that fascinates me. Does consciousness come from combining blobs of cells? Does time bring events into existence, or do events bring time into existence? So this is a scientist who's written this book. Very interesting. And we'd love to have more of you come and, you don't have to read the book, come and listen to some of the thoughts they're talking about creation. Next Sunday at 12:30. And our annual meeting is coming up too. So it's the day after the expo, Sunday, March 16th. We're looking for new board trustee members. So if you have given your time, talent, and treasure and think maybe this is the way to serve this community, please let Gwen know that you're interested, because we need a few people. John's going off the board. We're going to need a few more people to do it on it. And also, how many of you got the email invitation to the event? 1, 2, oh, good, a few. You should have all gotten it. If you didn't get it, there's copies on the back table. And it talks about what we'll be doing. And there's just a little short questionnaire that we'd like you to fill out beforehand. You can leave it here or email it back if you have it online, so that we know what's going on. Okay, is there one more or is that it? That's it. I'll give it back to John.
Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. All right. Get you guys warmed up here a little bit. So, well, I'm John Lehman, and I'm with the Centers for Spiritual Living Visalia here. But look outside at that sunshine. Isn't that great? Yeah. So I don't know where everyone on the cyberspace that might be listening, I don't know where you're from, but I hope your day is as nice as the one we're having here. So I haven't done this for a while, so I have my instructions here. I think I'm supposed to read a mission statement now. There it is. Okay, would you please read this with me? The Center for Spiritual Living Visalia is a place everyone comes together, connecting with love and learning how to create abundant, joyful, and peaceful lives. Okay, thank you. Okay, so the first song is God Makes Me Want to Sing.
Can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. I am loving every little thing. See the face of God and love it brings. We're all special, each and every one. We're all here to love someone. That's why I'm loving every little thing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. I'm believing in my guiding light. No matter what comes, it always turns out right. Just take a deep breath and drag the wheel. That's why I'm living my guiding light. That's why I'm loving my guiding light. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything. One more time. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. You can clap your hands, there we go. I can't help it, God makes me want to sing. It makes me feel so good, I can do most. It makes me feel so good, I can do most. It makes me feel so good, I can do most anything.
Okay, that was great. Okay, Bobby, you're up with the diversity quote.
Good morning. It's great to be here. Well, this weekend is our last tribute to Black History Month, and the person that I chose to honor is Ruby Bridges, whom most of you have probably heard about. On November 14th, 1960, Ruby Bridges, at the age of six, became the first African American child to attend the all-white William Franz Elementary School in New Orleans. Ruby and her mother were escorted by federal marshals. Ruby faced blatant racism every day while entering the school. Many parents kept their children at home. People outside the school threw objects. She was threatened and even greeted by a woman displaying a black doll in a wooden coffin. Only one teacher, Mrs. Barbara Henry, agreed to teach her. Ruby was the only student in her class. Ruby later was to say that all the people she passed every morning on the stairs were full of hate, but her teacher was one of the most loving people she had ever known. Ruby Bridges is a speaker, author, and civil rights activist. She is chairman of the Ruby Bridges Foundation, which she formed in 1999 to promote the values of tolerance, respect, and appreciation of all differences. And now for the quote. The greatest lesson that I learned that year in Mrs. Henry's class was the lesson Dr. Martin Luther King tried to teach us all. Never judge people by the color of their skin. God made each of us unique in ways that go so much deeper. Ruby Bridges. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Bobby. Okay, Science of Mind has 14 of what we believe statements. And each month we take a look at one of them. Please read with me. What we believe. We believe that the universal spirit, which is God, operates through a universal mind, which is the law of God, and that we are surrounded by this creative mind, which receives the direct imprints of our thoughts and acts upon it. I thought I'd just mention this. I don't know if you guys are aware of this magazine. And for some reason, they come to our house. And since I haven't been coming down regularly, the new ones haven't come all the time. Anyway, this is the new one, and it's for March and April. It's really cool. I don't usually read a lot of spiritual stuff. I don't sit around and read a lot of spiritual stuff. I read other kind of things. But anyway, with all the time that Janice and I have had at home, I picked this up the other day and I started to read it, and there's some really, really good stuff in here, especially in April. It says the flow of coming and going. And I've always tried to stay in the flow, and I've had a difficult time with a lot of the political stuff that's going going on now, and not getting a negative attitude. So anyway, that really spoke to me, that article. So I would encourage you guys to get this. It's really, really good. So, okay, that's my plug for the day. So if everyone would stand and sing the congregation song of holy, 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 holy ways. I don't know. That was a real tongue twister for me this morning. And I think the lyrics are going to be up there someplace.
Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me know that love is all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me know it all around. Let me know that love is all around. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me learn from all the ways I fall. Let me learn from all the ways I fall. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me know that love can heal us all. Let me know that love can heal us all. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. And let me care for those around the world. Let me care for those around the world. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me share the good that's overflowing. Let me share the good that's overflowing. Oh, let my steps reveal a path of peace. Let my steps reveal a path of peace. Oh, let me talk each day a little kinder. Let me talk each day a little kinder. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me live in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me serve in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way. Oh, let me love in a holy, holy way. Let me love in a holy, holy way.
Okay, it's time for our guest speaker, Brianna.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. All right. So I want us to begin this discussion today by looking around the room at our fellow human beings. Go ahead and just take a look. Now, I want you to find someone in this room and you're going to face each other. And I want you to start by looking right into their eyes and hold hands. So I'll give you a moment to do this. Go ahead and hold hands, no cheating. A hand. And keep looking into each other's eyes, even if it feels uncomfortable. Keep looking, keep staring. Beautiful. Now, before you turn back and look at me, I want you to say to each other, one at a time, you pick who goes first. I am so proud of you. You are worthy, and I love you for who you are. Go ahead and do that. I am so proud of you. You are worthy, and I love you for who you are. Now, when you are ready, you can go ahead and face me and back to your seats. Beautiful. Give everyone a second. Well, my friends, today the topic of my discussion is finding comfort in the discomfort and the expansion of the soul. So I figured what a better way to kick this thing off than to do an exercise that made us feel, well, pretty uncomfortable. Because how often do we really allow others to see us for who we are? Deeply rooted in many of us is this feeling that we are unworthy in some way to be loved and seen in the purest expression of ourselves. And this can come out in many ways, from self criticism, addiction, avoidance, and just a lack of lust for life. You name it, and there's basically a human out there going through it and doing anything to go from finding the truth of themselves. The reason I had you say those words, I am proud of you, you are worthy, and I love you for who you are, is because as you looked into your fellow brother or sister's eyes, you looked inside a soul that has many hidden depths that is not seen at the surface level. Behind many of the eyes you just stared into is a story, one of pain, one of heartbreak, one of light, and most importantly, one of divine love. They often say that the eyes are the window into the soul, but how interesting would it be if just by first glance into another's eyes, we got to know the entirety of their story from what birth until now entailed? How much more compassionate would we be to those in the world if we really knew the struggles that lie behind the eyes? But the truth is, we do not get to know those stories at a first glance basis. It's a mystery of the divine what each of us holds inside of us at every single moment of every single day. Because you see, we all came here with a plan that is unique to us and us only. We can call it a soul blueprint for the sake of this conversation. And that soul blueprint includes the lessons we came here to learn, how we are going to learn them, and the people we were meant to meet on our journey to help us through the darkest times. And also the people that little did we know upon their arrival were going to be the very people that caused us pain and placed us in our darkest times based on their actions towards us. And you see, that is essentially what we are all doing here, learning lessons in order to expand and grow our soul, because at the end of the day, Earth is just a school for learning. And those eyes of the unique soul that you looked into have known pain, loss, laughter, and light at some point or another in this lifetime. And I can promise you that at this current moment, everybody in this room is going through some kind of struggle that no words of the human language could ever express. And the irony of this fact is that buried even further underneath that internal struggle is a love that is so pure that it can not only be expressed by words, but it extends all planes of reality and is essentially the only thing that really exists at all. It is the unconditional love of creation itself. And we carry that within us every single moment of every single day, whether we are aware of it or not. So, in order to uncover the love of creation that I am talking about, we must understand what this human experience entails in its entirety. One quick glance around the world, and many of us can confess that there have often been times where we've sat back and said, whoever designed this train wreck really got it all wrong. I mean, every corner we turn, there is a huge amount of suffering in the world, from the wars to the famines, all of the mental health issues we have going on, poverty, addiction, you name it, and someone is going through it. And based upon all this suffering inhabiting our planet and its people at this very time, it's hard to find comfort knowing that this is all part of the divine's plan and outline. But again, and that is what we are here to discuss today, finding comfort in the discomfort and what it means in regards to the expansion of the soul. To kick this discussion off even further, it is important to understand that we live in a dualistic world. What does that mean, you may ask? Well, it means that for every positive, there is a negative. For everything, there is an opposite. We can see this throughout many religious traditions with the idea of the yin and the yang, heaven and hell, for example. We can also see this dualism play out in our physical reality every day with the positive and negative sides of a battery, the sun and the moon, the seasons of winter and spring, and space and earth. But even further than any tradition could ever explain or our physical reality could manifest, we too, as an incarnate human being, are dualistic in nature ourselves. This is what I like to call the battle between the ego and the soul. I like to use the example of the ego as the part of ourselves that is most tied to our personality and the human condition. The ego loves to create labels, it lacks trust in the divine plan, makes problems out of nothing, and loves to have a sense of identity. But while it is a lovely servant, it is a poor master, because the problem with the ego is that it becomes overly identified with the human experience and often lies in the driver's seat of our decision making while trying to edge out the deeper part of ourselves that is already whole. And that part that is already whole is none other than the divine essence of our soul. Our soul, on the other hand, is purity in its finest form. It sees the necessity of all of life's hardships and trusts that it is all part of the divine plan for our growth and our evolution. It loves all and sees nothing or no one as a stranger, and it is essentially the divine spark our creator that always lies within. To give a visual of this dualistic nature of the human condition, we can think of the ego as being over here, and we will call this self one. It's linked to our human mind, and it houses negative emotions like anxiety, depression, and fear. Now think of there being a second self over here, and this is our soul self. It's connected to our heart and houses positive emotions like peace and love. Now, with this visual and understanding of these two aspects of ourselves, we can come to acknowledge that this is one of the most important tasks that we face as human beings. To find balance in the duality of the ego and the soul in order to come to a place of supreme oneness that lies within and find freedom, peace, and light. So you may be asking the question, how do we get out of our egos and fear-based thinking and move to a space that is more aligned with our hearts and to a place of peace and love? Well, the answer lies in an understanding that every circumstance, person, situation that we find ourselves in and how we feel about those people and events is nothing more and nothing less than a reflection of our inner state of being. Let me explain. Pretend you have a fishing pole and you were to cast it out into the world to collect emotions like anxiety, depression, and fear. Someone take a fishing pole and let me know where you're going to find those out in the real world. The truth is, you won't. That is because all of these emotions lie inside us. You see, the world is just the way it is, but it is our human mind or our ego that projects stories onto a set of circumstances, creates labels out of them, which then tell us how to react emotionally. That is why one person may label an event as a tragedy, while the next person may label that very same occurrence as a necessity and welcome it only as a means to help them grow. It is physically impossible for somebody to give you anger, just as it is physically impossible for someone to give you love. A situation cannot give you anxiety, and nothing can give you fear. The only thing that anyone or any situation can give you is a reflection onto something that already lies within. This idea is dualistic in nature itself because people and circumstances, as we have all experienced, can reflect not only pain and hurt, but also compassion and love. We have the capacity to hold all of these emotions inside of us because that is what makes us human. Now, the key to understanding how we navigate some of those harder and uncomfortable reflections and use it as a way to expand and grow our soul is to understand that certain situations may trigger us and hurt us emotionally because of the belief systems that we hold within us from past traumas and a lot of time childhood wounding. All of these uncomfortable feelings and emotions from any situation that hurts you or causes you pain really has a treasure trove of gold behind it because it is essentially an invitation towards expansion. And once you move past the pain you may be experiencing and acknowledge why it's there and where it comes from, you can move past it and come to a place of peace. Carl Jung called this playing in our shadow. It is learning to see those dark parts of ourselves and not run from them, but jump right in and dance with them, explore them, and celebrate them. Because as much as we try to push them away, they are essentially the fabric of what shaped us to be who we are today and what our soul signed up for to learn in this lifetime. And because we live in a world of opposites, as I stated earlier, we can't experience one thing without also knowing what its counterpart feels like. We can't know peace if we've never experienced a bout of anxiety. We can't know wealth if we've never experienced financial uncomfortability. We can't know comfort without experience discomfort. And we can't know our soul unless we've also known our ego. And the interesting thing about opposites is they are all partners. In this dualistic world, we can see that opposites are actually two sides of the same coin, and everything is actually always one. Every experience we have ever had in this life is for our greatest good as a means for our soul's evolution and expansion in this lifetime. And when we can come to a place of neutrality and see every single thing as a necessity that helps us grow, the good and the bad, we can truly find the peace that always lies within. Our egos have a funny way of tricking us into thinking we deserve pain somehow because it is linked to our mind. But trust that our heart and soul understands that this is all part of the journey it's signed up for. Another key is to also understand that while it may not always make sense why a certain situation or person or hardship was brought to you by the divine, understand that the divine will not walk you to something unless it intends to help you get through it. All things serve a purpose, and it comes down to letting go and trusting in the divine plan that our souls made prior to its arrival. As a recovering control freak myself, I have often struggled my whole life with the feeling of trust. But what I came to realize is that anytime I tried to control a situation, the more out of control it got. Our egos can really create a hell on earth in our minds. But what I found in my exploration is that if we drop into the heart space and look at things from a place of compassion, necessity, and neutrality, we can find that the heaven we've been seeking already lies within. Because you see, as I said earlier, the ego loves to trick us and make us pretend that many of the situations we find ourselves in is the end all be all for our life. But our soul, which is part of us that is connected to our creator and every other thing in this entire universe, truly understands that even in the midst of what seems to be chaos is divine order. All that we experience, the good and the bad, is a gift from the divine, but we have to change our perception of it and move to a place of neutrality and balance to see it all in its glory and purity towards growth. So I will leave you with this. If you feel angry about something or hurt, or you find yourself in an uncomfortable situation that completely shapes your world and leaves you in a point of devastation, acknowledge it and welcome it. Use your emotions as a navigation system while remembering that Earth is just a school for learning as a means to evolve and help our soul's evolution. We just have to take the curriculum. Sit quietly and explore what about a particular situation triggers you. Go back to the past and those dark parts of ourselves that you've hidden and unlock that deeper aspect of yourself, the self that lies beyond the ego and touches the very essence of your divine soul. And while we are learning to sit in the comfort of discomfort on our exploration and journey towards our soul's expansion, understand that your fellow human beings are all doing the same thing as well. Behind every pair of eyes is a story and a plan that has many hidden depths, hardships, and lessons that it came here to learn in this lifetime. And understand that no one is making it out of here with at least hurting ourselves or someone else at some point on this ride. So have compassion for them, even if they're the reason that caused you your hurt or discomfort to begin with. Because when we can acknowledge that part of being human is making mistakes that sometimes hurt ourselves or others out of our own egoic fears like loss, failure, separation, whatever the unique case may be, we can find forgiveness and compassion for ourselves and our fellow human beings and see that our mistakes are not so bad after all, but that they are a complete necessity in this human life that we all share. At the end of the day, everything is a gift from God, but only if we willingly choose to see it that way and move through our past trauma and outdated belief systems until they no longer affect us the same way that they once did. Because once we are living in a state of wholeness, things do not affect us as they once did before. And you get to join the great game of life while releasing control of a desired outcome and finding the faith that has been buried beneath the fear. You trust in the plan that your soul already deeply knows behind the mask of the ego and welcome all challenges and successes because you understand that the experiences we share on this planet together are really just a dance into the great unknown that walk us home into a place of peace within ourselves. And that, my friends, is what it means to find comfort in the discomfort of life. Enjoy your expansion. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's okay. Oh, thank you.
I think it's time to do the offering now, I believe. Okay, can I have the two ushers come forward? Conscious giving, yeah. Offering. Okay.
Don't you think you owe it to yourself to look inside of you? Take the time to realize what you're here to do. Don't you think the time has finally come to stand and face the fire? To walk into the blazing sun and claim your heart's desire. You were placed upon this earth with a mission to complete. Now the time has come, so stand up strong and claim your destiny. You must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. Even then there is no hope, or so it seems. Move in the direction of your dreams. Do you think you're not good enough to be a shining star? Do you think that because the road looks tough that you won't get that far? Do you believe there is some of them, the great and some are small? Or maybe that it's just too late, a futile circumstance. You were placed upon this earth with a mission to complete. Now the time has come, and stand up strong and claim your destiny. You must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. Even when there is no hope, or so it seems. Move in the direction of your dreams. You must move in the direction of your dreams and act as if they've already come true. And even when there is no hope, or so it seems, move in the direction of your dreams. Move in the direction of your dreams.
Ushers to come forward. And there should be, there it is. And would you read the prosperity prayer with me? Today, I expect every good thing to come to me, for I know that the divine abundance is forever manifesting itself in my affairs. I am keeping my whole mind and thought and expectation open to new experiences, to happier events, to a more complete self-expression. Everything that belongs to spirit, I accept. Everything that partakes of the nature of divine reality, I claim as my own. I identify with success, and I prosper in everything I do. As I give thanks for the good now flowing into my life, I gladly share that good with others. The more I give, the more I receive. I experience a deeper consciousness of peace and security, for I know that I am in the embrace of a warm, loving presence. My cup runneth over. I exist in limitless possibility. We bless these gifts and give thanks for all the good that they will manifest. And so it is.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Brianna. What a message you brought us today. Being willing to be comfortable in the discomfort. You know, today's message was loaded, loaded. I hope you will take time this week to listen to the podcast, to watch the YouTube video again, take some notes to the message that was being said, and really delve into it. Really get in there and get some of that juicy stuff that she brought to us. Thank you for that. I also want to thank you for coming together and knowing that there were so many things you could have been up to, but you decided to spend some time with us. And so as we go into our benediction, I am reminded that there is one power, one God, and one universe. And each and every one of us within the sound of my voice is aligned with that one power, that one God, and the universe. We are connected. There is no place that God is not. And we give thanks today for all that has unfolded, for all the inspiration that came to us, whether it be through the greeting of one another, whether it be through the exercise of getting comfortable with our discomfort, whether it was with the music or the song that inspired us, or Brianna's delightful message, we say thank you. Just as we say thank you for everyone who had a hand in making today's service possible. From the people that planned the flow to the people that executed our broadcast on our live streaming, everyone that had a hand in today's service, we say thank you. And now we know we're ready. We are ready for the day ahead. We are ready for what is down the road or around the next curve because we have been inspired. So I give thanks and I release this prayer into the divine, into the power, into the connection that we call God. And if any part of this prayer resonated with you, I ask you to join me by saying, Amen, and so it is. So let us come together in doing what is our tradition. We circle up, we join hands, we acknowledge one another, and we remember that getting comfortable with our discomfort is an inside out job. And that if we hold the consciousness of peace, if we hold the idea that we can manifest a world that works for all, we know that peace begins with me.
Now there is peace on earth Now there's peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, united all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me, and this is the moment now. With every breath I take, this is my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternal.